Welcome to our Hong Kong Brief program. Today, we dive into the inspiring story of Marco Wong, who has become a beacon of hope for the Chinese community in Italy. As Prato's first city councillor of Chinese descent, Wong is not only addressing stereotypes but also promoting inclusivity and representation during challenging times, including the COVID-19 pandemic. His artistic pursuits further highlight his multifaceted identity, showcasing the importance of integration in a rapidly changing society. Next up, we turn our attention to Singapore, where the government is facing mounting pressure regarding housing affordability. With rising costs and a looming election, the People's Action Party, PAP, is scrambling to stabilize the property market. Experts warn that public dissatisfaction could become a significant electoral issue, as the government races to address supply concerns while opposition parties capitalize on the growing anxieties of citizens regarding home ownership. Lastly, we explore the current state of Hong Kong's IPO market, which has seen a dramatic decline in recent years. Experts are calling for a shift in focus from quantity to quality in listings to restore investor confidence and revitalize the market. As Hong Kong strives to maintain its competitive edge as a financial hub, strategic actions to attract high-quality companies are more crucial than ever. Please stay tuned for more detailed content. South China Morning Post. Marco Wong, a trailblazer as one of Italy's first city councillors of Chinese descent, has played a significant role in bridging the gap between the Chinese immigrant community and the local population in Prato, Tuscany. Since the mid-1990s, Prato has experienced a surge in Chinese immigrants, primarily from Zhejiang province, drawn by the city's historical textile industry. Wong, a second-generation Chinese-Italian, returned to Italy after years abroad to combat stereotypes and promote inclusivity within the community. His election in 2019 came during a tumultuous time, as the COVID-19 pandemic sparked fear and blame towards the Chinese community. Wong's leadership during this crisis showcased the responsibility and proactive measures taken by the Chinese residents, including voluntary isolation and mask wearing, which helped foster a sense of unity amidst the challenges posed by the pandemic. South China Morning Post. In Singapore, the ruling People's Action Party, PAP, is facing mounting pressure as concerns over housing affordability escalate ahead of a crucial election. With public housing being a cornerstone of the PAP's political legitimacy, the government has implemented several cooling measures to stabilize the market amid rising prices exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic. Prime Minister Lawrence Wong has acknowledged these challenges, emphasizing the need to clear the backlog of new housing inventory and maintain the government's commitment to building 100,000 new flats by 2025. However, dissatisfaction among the populace is palpable, with many feeling increasingly excluded from homeownership. As the political landscape shifts and opposition parties prepare to leverage these housing concerns, the PAP's ability to navigate this issue will be critical in the lead-up to the elections. South China Morning Post. Hong Kong Stock Exchange, once a global leader in initial public offerings, IPOs, is grappling with a significant downturn, raising alarms about its future as a financial hub. In 2023, IPO proceeds dropped to their lowest levels in 2 decades, with a notable decline in high-profile listings, as many new companies struggle to maintain their stock prices post-listing. The current landscape reveals a troubling trend of companies prioritizing quantity over quality, leading to increased volatility and investor skepticism. To restore confidence and attract top-tier companies, experts advocate for tighter listing requirements and enhanced support for businesses that demonstrate solid financial foundations. The case of Lalitech, with its impressive profit margins and strong market position, exemplifies the type of company Hong Kong needs to attract to revitalize its IPO market and reaffirm its status as a global financial powerhouse. South China Morning Post reports that the University of New South Wales, UNSW, in Australia has tightened its admission checks for mainland Chinese students, following a similar initiative by the University of Hong Kong, HKU, to combat the rise of fraudulent academic qualifications. This year, UNSW now requires applicants with mainland qualifications to submit verification reports from the Center for Student Services and Development, CSSD, the only government-authorized body to authenticate such documents. The move comes as the number of mainland students applying for study visas in Australia reaches record highs, with concerns about the integrity of the admission process. HKU has also ramped up its verification measures after discovering that many applicants had submitted fake overseas qualifications, with local authorities even arresting individuals linked to the scandal. Education consultants suggest that these stringent measures may be tied to the Australian government's plans to cap international student numbers in response to housing shortages. South China Morning Post explores the implications of developing emotional connections with AI partners through chatbot applications. Once a concept confined to science fiction, these AI relationships have gained traction as individuals seek companionship and emotional support in a non-judgmental environment. Clinical psychologist Dr. Karachalain Zaidi highlights the convenience and tailored nature of AI companions, which can fulfill emotional needs without requiring reciprocity. However, this reliance on AI could hinder traditional social skills and lead to a cycle of loneliness, as individuals may become less inclined to seek genuine human interactions. Zaidi warns that while AI partners can simulate human-like interactions, they lack the complexities and excitement of real relationships, potentially leading to emotional stagnation. The ethical considerations of AI relationships, especially within committed partnerships, are also discussed, emphasizing the importance of honesty and communication between partners. South China Morning Post celebrates Sui Hark's romantic comedy Shanghai Blues, which has recently been restored and showcased at the Cannes Film Festival, marking its 40th anniversary. The film, released in 1984, is noted for its engaging narrative and strong female characters, a rarity in Hong Kong cinema at the time. The story unfolds during the Second Sino-Japanese War and follows the lives of Tung and Shu Shu, whose paths cross amid the chaos of wartime Shanghai. Sui's direction blends slapstick humor with poignant romance, creating a film rich in emotional undertones. The production, which was the first from Sui's own film workshop, reflects his desire to present complex female characters, a theme that influenced his later works. Critics have praised Shanghai Blues for its universal appeal and its ability to capture the socio-political uncertainties of Hong Kong in the 1980s, making it a significant piece in Sui's filmography that continues to resonate with audiences today. South China Morning Post reports on the enigmatic relationship between Jack Nicholson and his estranged daughter, Tessa Guerin. At 30 years old, Tessa resembles her father closely and is also an aspiring actress. Despite being the product of a brief liaison between Nicholson and her mother, Janine Guerin, a waitress, Tessa has never had a relationship with her father. She candidly expressed her struggles with identity and mental health in a recent essay, highlighting how being labeled as Nicholson's illegitimate child has affected her. Tessa has pursued acting since childhood, taking lessons from renowned instructors, and even launched a ceramic business during the pandemic, showcasing her artistic talents. Bill Rancic, the winner of the first season of The Apprentice, is making a comeback in the entertainment industry after stepping back to focus on family and his restaurant group. South China Morning Post shares that Rancic is now hosting a podcast called Dollar Bill, where he shares financial wisdom and interviews notable guests like Eric Trump and Howie Mandel. Reflecting on his experience on The Apprentice, Rancic described Donald Trump as exhausting yet inspiring, revealing how Trump's work ethic influenced his own. Rancic's personal life has also been marked by challenges, including supporting his wife Juliana through her health struggles and their journey to parenthood via surrogacy. The South China Morning Post highlights the evolving fashion landscape in the WNBA, as players like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese take center stage both on and off the court. With the league's viewership skyrocketing, the fashion choices of players and coaches are becoming a crucial aspect of their public personas. Dawn Staley, the head coach of the University of South Carolina, is known for her stylish Louis Vuitton outfits, while Caitlin Clark made waves by wearing Prada at the draft, marking a significant moment for the brand's association with basketball. Angel Reese further captured attention by attending the Met Gala, showcasing how WNBA players are carving out their own space in the fashion world, much like their NBA counterparts. South China Morning Post reports that Sofia Vergara's portrayal of the notorious drug lord Griselda Blanco in the Netflix miniseries Griselda is deeply personal, shaped by the tragic murder of her brother, Rafael, in 1996. Rafael was killed by a Colombian cartel during a kidnapping attempt, an event that shattered Vergara's family and left a lasting impact on her life. In her reflections, she revealed that her brother's death not only devastated her mother but also altered the course of their lives. Vergara connected with Blanco's story after watching a documentary that highlighted the links between Colombia and Miami, leading her to see parallels between their journeys as strong women navigating adversity. The Sydney Morning Herald highlights the ongoing battle in Hunters Hill against the proposed expansion of Woolwich Marina, which aims to nearly double its size and accommodate larger vessels. Local residents, known for their staunch opposition to overdevelopment since the 1970s, have rallied together to fight against what they perceive as the privatization of a public waterway. The proposal has faced significant backlash due to concerns over maritime safety, environmental impacts, and the heritage of the surrounding area. Community groups, including sailing clubs and environmental organizations, have united to voice their objections, emphasizing the potential dangers to local children and the ecological significance of the site. In another incident reported by the South China Morning Post, a 36-year-old man was arrested for allegedly stealing laptops and devices from the Hong Kong Productivity Council, a government-funded agency. The council discovered the thefts during an internal investigation and assured the public that the stolen items were protected by encryption technologies, with no data leakage reported. Surveillance footage suggested that the thefts involved outsourced personnel accessing a locked computer room. Following the police investigation, the suspect was arrested but released on bail, highlighting ongoing concerns about cybersecurity and data protection in light of recent breaches affecting public and private organizations in Hong Kong. South China Morning Post reports on the recent controversy surrounding Hong Kong's sex education materials, which suggest that students should engage in activities like playing badminton to manage sexual impulses. Critics argue that this approach is outdated and fails to address the complexities of intimate relationships, advocating instead for a curriculum that teaches respect and responsibility. The Education Bureau defends its stance, asserting that the materials aim to instill comprehensive values and prepare students for making informed decisions about their sexual health. The discussion highlights the need for a more nuanced understanding of adolescent relationships and the importance of self-awareness in navigating sexual dynamics. In another article, the South China Morning Post covers the World Lacrosse Women's U20 Championship, where the United States demonstrated their dominance by defeating Canada 23-6 in the final. Despite weather challenges that led to rescheduling of games, the event attracted around 30,000 to 40,000 spectators over 10 days, with 2,500 attendees at the final. The CEO of the Hong Kong Lacrosse Association praised the event's success and expressed hopes that it would inspire greater local participation in the sport. The championship also marked a significant moment for Japan, which secured its first bronze medal with a 14-5 victory over Australia, showcasing the growing competitiveness in women's lacrosse internationally. Lastly, the South China Morning Post highlights the pride of Hong Kong athletes Wong Ting-Ting and Daniel Chan Ho-Yuan as they prepare to carry the city's flag at the Paris Paralympics. Both athletes, who have previously won bronze medals, expressed their honor and excitement for this opportunity. Chan, who overcame significant personal challenges after losing a leg in an accident, shared how badminton transformed his life and boosted his confidence. As they embark on this journey, both athletes are determined to achieve their goals and represent Hong Kong with pride, supported by their families and the Hong Kong Paralympic Committee. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.